My personal reaction to this assignment is I'm not surprised. As future health education specialists, we need to be aware that we are, from time to time, going to have to deliver speeches, presentations to an audience. So, for us to start practicing public speaking, I feel like this is a good way to get a head start. I do feel this assignment is useful, well, really useful and helpful to all of us. As I mentioned, it gets us started delivering those presentations for what we want to do as future health education specialists. Speaking in public is said to be one of the biggest fears that people have. People, they start, sweating, their heart rate goes up, they start huffing and puffing, all because of the the nervousness, the anxiety that public speaking brings. Thing is, with health communication, in order to communicate the issues of health to improve overall health, we need to have the skills to communicate. So I do believe health communication, health education go hand in hand. One thing that as as a health education presenter, we need to be able to know our audience. You know, people come from many different walks of life, and the more you can relate to someone, the more you can inform them and maybe promote a behavioral change in them that they wouldn't have otherwise if you weren't been there. You know, the audience, depending on who it is, if it's scientists or if it's doctors, and obviously their their health literacy is gonna be higher than the everyday person. But the everyday person, you might need to use a lay audience, like a voice for the lay audience, where you don't necessarily dumb it down, but you use it in terms of words that they can understand. You know, it's not just uh, uh, medical words and terminology. And so the way I plan to improve is to always remember that it's important to know your audience. Making eye contact, raising your head up so you see him as somebody that knows what he is talking about. I plan to improve first and foremost with maybe understanding more words in a foreign language. I'm able to speak Spanish, so I feel like for those people who are maybe minorities here in the US, I'm able to help them out a bit more just because I do speak Spanish. The more I learned in both languages, I feel I'm able to encompass a greater a greater sense of a greater amount of people that I could talk to. What How others can improve, I feel that others can improve just by putting yourself in other people's shoes, seeing things as other people see it. Understanding where they come from, where they come from. Maybe why don't they feel like a behavior is affecting them or not. To be able to see something from another perspective is something that a lot of human people lack. We're all centered to be ourselves. We do have egos, but in but to change that, to just be more empathetic, I think that'll make great strides in and how we can teach and how we can improve health education and health communication. Some people, for instance, the health belief model, some people may be at a stage where they don't they don't think that a behavior a behavior or something they do is, for instance, it's not affecting them. Maybe they just need that one person to have make them see things a little differently that can cause them to make a radical change and for the better improve themselves and maybe help their family and their loved ones. So, to be empathetic is what we all need to do. We need to know our audience and we need to be able to relate. The more we come to the center of all this, the better we can all improve as a society.